Hi there everybody, you're traveling with Jack, and just like the apron says, my heavenly wife Pam. We're in the kitchen tonight for a quick and easy recipe for actually just a side dish. But before we get started on that, I'm waiting to tell you about a new little wine that I discovered at the local Trader Joe's. We used to live in Santa Barbara County, California, and I'd heard of this wine, but we always just went on past it, went with some of the bigger names and such. This one is called Santa Barbara Landing. There you see it, Chardonnay. $4.99, and I'm going to tell you, this stacks up well against a $10 or $12 bottle of wine, so maybe consider it next time you're there. Short plug for that. All right, tonight, what are we preparing? Broccolini. What is broccolini, you ask? Well, it's basically the little sister to the big broccoli. Now, there's what it looks like. This is some organic broccolini. The reason I like broccolini is it's a little sweeter. It's also not near as hard, okay? It's a real soft vegetable. And to me, the stems and everything are absolutely delicious. So how are we gonna prepare it? First of all, I've got some crushed garlic here, a jar of crushed garlic, and I've told you before, crush your own if you want. I'm lazy, I just buy the bottled. I've already got some hot olive oil in my black cast iron skillet. So there goes our garlic. I've got some cremini mushrooms, organic cremini mushrooms. We're going to add those. Next, we're going to add a bunch of red pepper flakes. Now, I'm just about out of these red pepper flakes, so I'm just going to take the lid off, sprinkle that in the oil area. Okay, it's really not that, you're thinking, was that a bunch? It really wasn't. Now next, I've told you before, I kind of like seasoning my oil and then adding my main ingredient. So in this case, I'm going to add some salt. Again, this is going to be fresh ground sea salt. Okay. Give our mushrooms a little stir here. If you're wondering how much olive oil did I put in, I don't know, just enough to cover the bottom and just a little bit above that. You know me, I'm not the greatest on measurements and things like that. But, so we've got our mushrooms, we got some olive oil, we got some garlic, red pepper flakes, salt, and some regular old black pepper. And again, that's going to be in our oil. And what happens is, the reason you put it in your oil like this is then the oil is all seasoned up. And then you're going to cover or kind of coat your vegetables. In this case, we're starting with the mushrooms with all of our seasoning. Now, this doesn't take long at all. And I've told you before, I love my black iron, cast iron skillet. I just like the way it's a more evenly heats. It's actually very easy to clean. You know, I bought one of those fancy copper no stick skillets, and I think I did a video early on, maybe a year and a half ago or so on that, and I was so excited because I said nothing sticks to it. That didn't last long. Everything sticks to it now. And supposedly on television they have the money back guarantee. Well, I didn't buy it on television. I bought it in a local store. I think Bed Bath & Beyond somewhere. I ought to take it back maybe. All right, so there you can see our mushrooms are cooking up really nice. This is such an easy, delicious side dish. And I've got some salmon that's broiling right now in the oven. And I've shown you how I do salmon before. So simple. This is wild sockeye salmon. I just I like Old Bay seasoning. You can put any kind of seasoning you want. I do Old Bay seasoning. I put some butter, and then I do lemon juice all over it, and I pop it in the oven on high broil for about 10 or 12 minutes. Comes out golden and delicious. Just like these mushrooms right now are coming out golden and delicious. So there they go. Now here is our broccolini. Just going to add that to our skillet. Kind of spread it around. And you're thinking, wow, that's a lot for just one person. Well, I may or may not eat it all, but I do love it. And this stuff is good for you. It's packed with all kinds of nutrients and good vitamins. It's got, the antioxidants in broccoli. My sweet wife Pam always was reading all that. It's just amazing. So there we go. And you're just going to kind of swirl it around and try and get that broccolini coated. Now, some people will go so far as to They will then cook this just a little bit. Then they put it in ice water, and I don't know, it shocks it or something. And then they put it back in and cook it again. I don't do it that way. I like it just like this. And I think you can see beautiful, deep green color, starting to take in some of the oil and the seasoning. It's just going to be delicious. I love the way it tastes. And the cool part about this is you can cook it kind of as long as you want. If you like it a little more al dente, it's really got the flavor and all in it right now and ready to eat. It's entirely up to you. So there you see it. Toss our mushrooms around. And you just kind of keep it moving in the skillet with your garlic and your oil. Again, we go with olive oil, not butter. It's just a little better for you. Now, at the same time, I've talked about this before. If you're going to use butter, get the real stuff. Don't buy all that crappy, I think it's butter, not butter, whatever it is, and margarine, things like that. Bad stuff in there. Bad. You don't want to do that. I sounded like a sheep just then, didn't I? All right. So, this is basically just going to let it sit here. Now, something else you can do if you want it to be a little more tender. This is not rocket science, okay? You can put a lid on this and let it simmer for maybe 3 or 4 more minutes. Now, I'm going to look at the oven at my salmon. Oh my goodness, it's looking good. Might have to show you that if it comes out just right. Would you like a close-up look at our broccolini with our mushrooms? All right, let me see if I can maneuver the camera. This is always a little dangerous when I do this. Okay, there we go. Okay, boy, don't get the cable in there. Can you see it? No. There we go. Looks good, huh? Yeah. Again, broccolini. Whoa, a little camera action there, huh? So it's broccolini with mushrooms, garlic, olive oil, salt, pepper, and some red pepper flakes. That's about it. 100% organic here. I think our salmon is just about done too. What the hey, you want to see it? I'll pull it out for you. Hopefully I won't set off the fire alarm. Oh yeah. Woo, looks good, huh? This is going to be a good meal tonight with my Chardonnay, my Santa Barbara Landing Chardonnay as well. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed that. I told you it was going to be quick and easy and healthy and delicious. You guys have a great day, and as I always say, make it a better tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Ask your friends, your neighbors, anybody you know to subscribe. And don't forget my podcast too, The Jack Church Show. Love for you to check in on that. A lot of that has to do with grief support and making it through tough times. But I've got a few other stories in there as well, okay? Have a good one. We'll see you later. Bye now.